Welcome students. Let's start with another important topic, that is structure and functions of mitochondria. Now let's start with the definition of mitochondria. Mitochondria are membrane-bound cell organelles present in the cytoplasm of all eukaryotic cells that produces adenosine triphosphate, the main energy molecule used by the cell. So the whole meaning of mitochondria is cleared in this definition, that they are membrane bound, they are present in the cytoplasm of eukaryotic cells, and they produce energy in the form of ATP. Next student, let's talk about the discovery. Mitochondria was first discovered by Kolliker in 1880, while the mitochondria term was given by Benda in 1898. So discovered by Kolliker and term is coined by Benda. Now let's talk about the general information, students. First student, mitochondrion term is derived from a Greek word, that is mitos and chondrion, where mitos means thread and chondrion means granules like. So mitochondria is made up of two words, mitos and chondrions. Mitos means thread like and chondrion means granules like. Next student, mitochondria are a double membrane bound cell organelle. It has two membranes, that's why it is called double membrane bound. And then mitochondria is semi-autonomous cell organelles because they have their own DNA. So it is very, very important. Next, mitochondria is called powerhouse of the cell because they are responsible for formation of energy in the form of ATP. Next student, they are responsible for breaking down nutrients and generating energy-rich molecules for the cell. Thus, they are also known as digestive system of the cell. And next, last student, many of the biochemical reactions that are involved in cellular respiration that are part of mitochondria. So these are the general information regarding mitochondria. Now students, let's start to discuss structure of mitochondria. So mitochondria is a double membrane sausage shaped or cylindrical shaped structure which is present in both animal cells and plant cells. Next student, its size ranges from 0.5 to 1 micrometer in diameter. And third, its structure comprises of outer membrane. We can see the diagram. This is outer membrane. Then inner membrane. This is the inner membrane. And then gel-like structure that is called matrix. If we see the structure of mitochondria in detail, students, then it has two membranes that we have seen, outer membrane and inner membrane. In between outer and inner membrane, there is a space that is called intermembrane space, students. And inside the matrix, student, there is a DNA. So it has its DNA, that's why it is called semi-autonomous cell organelle. Beside DNA, student, it also contains protein factory in the form of ribosome, ATP synthetase enzyme for the synthesis of ATP, as well as it also have these finger-like folds. That finger-like folds are called cristae. Singular is called crista. And the function of these finger-like folds to increase the surface area so that more ATP generating reactions can be taken place. So what is the function of crista? To increase the surface area so that more ATP generating reactions can take place, means more and more ATP can be formed. So what does the diagram contain? Two membrane, outer and inner membrane. The space between them, that is intermembrane space. And inside the matrix, the most common structures are DNA and ribosome as well as ATP synthetase. The outer and inner membrane, students, just like other membranes, are made up of proteins and phospholipids. And a space that is present in between two membrane, it is called intermembrane space. Next student, let's start to discuss outer membrane separately. Outer membrane covers the outer surface of the mitochondria and it has a special large proteins called porins which are responsible to ensure the transportation of molecules across the membrane. Next student, outer membrane is freely permeable to ions, nutrient molecules, energy molecules like ADP and ATP. Now students, let's start to discuss the structure of inner membrane. Inner membrane structure, student, is very important and it is quite complex even. So inner membrane has the folds that are called cristae, and the function of these cristae is to increase the surface area. Next, student, in the inner membrane there are mushroom-like projections that are called F0 or F1 particle or oxysomes, which play an important role in ATP production during oxidative phosphorylation. What is oxidative phosphorylation? It is basically a process of ATP production that involve transport of electron and it occurs inside the mitochondria. Let's try to understand what we have discussed through a diagram. So in the diagram, a part of mitochondria is shown. So this is the outer membrane, student. Outer membrane has these proteins, these channels, which are responsible for ensuring transportation of molecule across the membrane. Then inside it, this is the space that I am marking here. This is the intermembrane space. And inside it is the inner membrane. And inner membrane has these mushroom-like projections that are called F0, F1 particles or oxysomes. If we see the structure separately for oxysome, then what we are saying, it has F0 component, then it has a middle part that is called stalk, then it has a F1 part that is called head. And oxysomes are situated in such a way that their F0 part is toward the base of the inner membrane and head is projecting outward. And these are, student, the oxysome main factory for ATP production during oxidative phosphorylation. What is oxidative phosphorylation? It is a process of formation of ATP inside the mitochondria and it involves transport of electrons. Now lastly, let's talk about the functions of mitochondria, students. So the most important function of mitochondria, that is oxidative phosphorylation. But it is also involved in many processes such as, so first, it regulates the many metabolic activities of the cell. It promotes the growth of new cells and cell multiplication. Next, student, it helps in detoxifying ammonia in the liver cells. Next, it plays an important role in apoptosis, that is programmed cell death. If cell is not working properly, then mitochondria can helping the cells to degenerate so that it cannot infect the other cells. Next, student, it is also responsible for building certain parts of the blood and various hormones like male sex hormone, that is testosterone, and female sex hormone, that is estrogen. So beside oxidative phosphorylation, it is involved in metabolic activities, it promotes growth, it detoxifying ammonia, it is responsible for programmed cell death in case it is not working properly, and lastly, it is also responsible to form some building components of blood as well as some hormones, especially male and female sex hormones. Next, student, mitochondria is also responsible for maintaining concentration of calcium ions, and lastly, it is also involved in many cellular activities like cellular differentiation, cell signaling, cell senescence, and controlling the cell cycle. So these are all the functions of mitochondria. With this, student, our this video lecture is completed. In our next video lecture, we will start another cell organelle. Till then, take care. Thanks.